Greetings once again, my friends, and welcome back to more BlizzCon 2017 coverage. This time, however, is not a video I was thinking of doing. I actually hadn't really considered it until a few of you guys actually reached out to me on Twitter and Twitter, Discord, a few other places, and asked that I take a look at this particular panel. Because in the last few weeks, some major updates have been let loose to the Battlenet app. And basically making it more, I want to say it's more like Discord, but it's also more like its own social media engine. And you guys asked if I could take a look at that and see if I can make it any of my opinions known on the changes that they're doing for that. So the basis of the platform is basically just saying this is social media around Blizzard games. Now, obviously, Destiny 2 is thrown in there too. But the way that it works is that Battlenet basically works, I want to say, like Discord. It looks very similar to how Discord works, but unlike Discord, which is more open platform, you can make it however you want it to make, however you want to make it. Battlenet is still based around Blizzard products. So you can base all of your stuff around you're playing in World of Warcraft, you're playing in Hearthstone, playing in Overwatch kind of thing. And I actually think it's going to be a benefit, especially for those who, like me. I mean, when I've started up YouTube, my schedule has dramatically altered. I can't really play with a lot of my friends anymore, and that's where this is supposed to shine. Is at that point you can actually, play on your time. Where the best way that I know how to explain this is probably the best perk that I actually saw out of it. In World of Warcraft, you had guilds, and guilds were ways to be able to organize raids, organize special events, maybe even go do, like some holiday events, stuff like that. But it was restricted. It was restricted within the guild, so you couldn't necessarily talk with everybody on the server, just your guild, and maybe you would be able to get stuff done. Granted, you could go out in general chat if you wanted to brave those waters, or go into trade chat, general chat, wherever you want to go, and see if maybe somebody else wanted to do it, and you might be successful there. But since then, we've had added bonus apps that have come out, like OQ and a few others that are escaping me right now, that allow for people who maybe have their own guild, but can't run anything with that guild. They just want to stick with their friends, and so they want to be able to go do that 2 a.m. raid. And just so happens that there are 9 other guys who have the same kind of issue who can all do that at 2 a.m. kind of thing. And that's really what, in my opinion, the Battlenet app tries to incorporate, is the fact of not only having your WoW guilds or your clans in Diablo and StarCraft, but having the groups feature. Groups basically allows for us to say, okay, we're going to create this. It doesn't have to be a guild. It doesn't have to be like 50 people. It can be just 10 people all talking about whatever we're doing. So I mean, here's where this is beneficial to me. That's the way I know how to explain it. I love my guild in World of Warcraft. I cannot say any more positive stuff about it. But there are problems. Not necessarily with the people, with my schedule and their schedule. First of all, I think I'm the only person in my guild that plays Heroes of the Storm. I've brought up Heroes a couple of times in the Discord and in the what's the other app that we have? I can't remember it. I brought it up and I get silence because I have a feeling it's mostly because when people aren't playing WoW in their spare time, they're playing Overwatch, they're playing Diablo, they're or in some cases playing Clash of Clans, and I don't have a problem with that. Awesome, good on you. But if I want to go play Heroes of the Storm, I'm kind of screwed. That's where the Battlenet app becomes an amazing thing, is that I can find like-minded people who will let me join their ranked ladder, or let me go and just play for casual and have some fun, and I can make a separate group for that, of this group for Heroes of the Storm. Or, let's just say for the argument, I want to go play Overwatch, but nobody in my guild is available at the exact same time that I am. Okay, I can go and find a bunch of people on Overwatch, I can befriend them, and then I can make my own individual group and say, let's get together tonight at this time, and we can all work on improving our rank in Overwatch. Or we can just play for the hell of it, kind of thing. That's where I like the groups feature, is that in a lot of cases, my schedule no longer, as much as I love my guild, my schedule no longer kind of meshes with my guild schedule. So this allows for me to be able to stay friends with them and be able to have their support and all that stuff, because they are amazing people. But it allows for me to also go and find a group where I couldn't before and be able to go do that WoW raid. Be able to go do, you guys have been screaming enough about it, go and finally do co-op missions in StarCraft 2. I can go find a buddy who can help me get the recorded footage. Or I can go play in Diablo 3 and have some fun. And that's where I think it's actually going to be a more beneficial thing. Another thing I do like is that I can add, so they added more stuff to the profile. I don't know how many times I get that random invite where I'm just like, okay, how do I know you again? And I wish I could send out a thing going, okay, how do I know you again? But the system doesn't really allow for me to do that. But with the changes to the profile page that you can have on your Battlenet, now I can get at least some kind of a feel of who I'm talking to, because it not only shows you like a profile, it lets you, I think, put in a little bit of a description about yourself. It also shows like the main games that you kind of stick with. And on top of that, it puts links. So let's just say if you're a streamer or a content provider like I am, you can put links to your Twitch stream and to your YouTube channel, as well as the social media for it. That's great. Because as a Blizzard content provider, I'm not necessarily a streamer. I would love to stream, but there are factors. This is a great avenue for me to be able to say, because I don't know how many times in my guild I've been asked, where is your stuff? And I give them the direct link to my YouTube channel, or in some cases I've been asked for like voiceover work. I give them the direct link to my voiceover stuff. And that's really all I can do, because it's basically you're handing a link inside a game. And some people just like having that copy paste or being able to click the link and make it work. And granted, I could still do this in Discord, and I do. Sometimes they click it, sometimes they don't. This allows for me to just say, go to my profile. Here's all the channels. Here's where my Twitch stream is, because I know that you guys have been asking a lot. I actually do have a Twitch channel. YouTube channel is there. My social networking, I can specifically set it towards the Drak Let's Play Facebook page. That's great. That's a great way for me as a content provider to say, here's where you can take a look at all of my awesome content. And so, aside from that, I mean, the rest is pretty straightforward. They have voice chat in there as well. It looks like it works pretty well. I haven't tested it myself, but it looks like it works kind of like how Overwatch implemented their voice chat, and it's been intermingled with all of the other games. And again, I love that idea. I think that's a great, awesome concept to be able to put in, is the voice chat, as well as being able to put in these individual groups, like just be able to share stuff with people, because I love Facebook and I love Twitter. It's one of those things where it's a love-hate relationship for me, because if I spend too much time on it, that I lose my own personal time, which, guys, even with the reductions of my schedule, is still not a whole lot. And this allows for me to be able to do this not just from a computer, but also from my phone. That was also a really awesome thing. And also be able to, if I'm just for some reason craving to go play Overwatch, I can go and check my friends list and see who's in Overwatch and say, hey, do you want to play a few games together? I think that's going to be an amazing thing to be able to put up to people. And frankly, I really do like it. I actually like it a lot more than Discord. I'm kind of hoping that my guild kind of goes over to that as well. And so I can utilize that and be able to also use it for my Blizzard content, which, I mean, there's plenty of. It might reduce soon, but I'd still like for Blizzard fans to be able to see that despite that one video, I actually am very much a Blizzard fan, and I love being able to discuss that. But my overall thoughts on the Battlenet app, this is a significant improvement. This is great as far as I'm concerned. I can't wait to dig in a little bit further. I actually am already starting to work on my profile and being able to get that information to not only my guildmates, but also other friends that I have throughout other Blizzard games. So, yeah, I'm very excited about this. I think it was a great and vast improvement. I like that it's kind of a Blizzard alternative to Discord. I'm not saying Discord's bad, but I don't always like using the platform. And so I like that I have this alternative when I'm playing my Blizzard games. And that's really all I can add to this video. You guys were asking, for my overall thoughts on it. And also, does this benefit Blizzard streamers and content providers? Obviously it does. It allows for people to get to their content quicker. And it also allows for us to be able to say, okay, well, you know, if we want to have open access to our communities and be able to go and do Battlegrounds with them, or go and do a session or two of Overwatch with them, we can. Or we can also say, you know, like, leave me alone. That was another thing I also liked, is that when I'm recording Tale of Drak or whatever, I still will get that occasional whisper going, hey, dude, how's it going? And I can't respond. But now I can actually, from Battlenet, say that I am busy, I am away, or make it appear as if I'm offline. But the other cool thing is that I won't lose the chat log, because now chat history is also in there. Yeah, this is an overall really great and awesome change to the Battlenet app. I love what they're trying to do with it. But I've got to stop talking about it, otherwise I won't get to the other videos. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that answered your questions. If not, leave your question in the comments below, and I will get back to you as soon as I am able. And of course, I will see you guys next time, where we're going to be covering the next major announcements that I loved from the opening ceremony. We're going back into Overwatch. We'll see you guys then.